What's up, YouTube? What's going on? Psycho Gaming here. Welcome to another video, and today we are reacting to some horror stories. So yes, on my second channel I do tell horror stories, but you know, I think it's time for the teller to be the listener. So we're looking at some horror stories animated, and we're here with the one, the man, the myth, the legend.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Not Envy7. So now just over at his house chilling, and we figured we'd do something like this. So yeah, the link to his Twitch in the description.
Just got the 1K followers and shit.
You know, check him out. Alright, so let's do this. Let's get into the story.
Alright, y'all ready?
Alright.
Be aware, this might be scary. We haven't watched this yet.
The cops called me to inquire about a recent horrifying incident. Accidentally, I got involved in this without causing any harm to anyone. It all started last week. I met a guy named Patrick on Omegle. After a couple of interactions, we became quite comfortable. Patrick sent me a friend request on Facebook. I accepted immediately. After talking online for a week, we finally decided to go on a date. He shared with me the address of a local pub. We had a nice time together. I got a bit drunk, but Patrick safely dropped me home. Patrick was an average height guy. He was caring. Within a few days, he started to give me signals that he likes me more than a friend.
Okay. Clearly, y'all can see some signs that this girl is stupid. 100% stupid. Okay? You meet a person on Omega who never do any of that. You know, if they chill, you know, you can add them on social media or whatever, you know, that's fine.
Then don't even do that.
But like, that's not recommended. That's not standard. Okay, don't do that. Don't even meet up with the people, okay? Because you never know who they could be inside. Okay, let's go.
But as I just met him and also wasn't looking for a relationship then, I decided to confront him before things got out of hand. One evening, I was sitting in my bedroom and video calling Patrick. After sharing a laugh or two, I told Patrick that he's a really good friend and I would like to keep things slow between us. So far, I never saw Patrick become angry. I mean, he's that kind of guy who is used to smiling all the time. But as I told him this, I saw his expression change. He suddenly became very...
Hey, low-key, why does that guy look like the guy from, Clark from Smallville? Hey, if we can find a picture of him, I will, we could probably edit it to make it a picture like side to side.
Yeah, we could definitely get that comparison. No, this dude got legit mad because he got rejected though. This dude is lame.
Fan zone.
Very upset and disconnected the call without saying a single word. 3 days went by, but Patrick didn't call or text me. I called him many times, but he never picked up. It was a Thursday evening. I was coming home from the gym. I was walking down the sidewalk. The streets were empty and dark. Suddenly, my eyes went to the left side of the road. There was a street lamp on the left. I saw a man standing behind the street lamp.
Alright, if I saw that, yo, I'm dipping.
Yeah, out of there.
Fuck out of here, yo.
Don't stand around, bro. That's how you die.
Don't not.
Oh yeah, hold up.
Cause they can't see you for shit.
That's how you die, yo. That's legit how you die. Is you see someone standing behind the street.
Ooh, that was bright as black.
Like you just see a person standing across the street. You don't stand there like this, like who this dude? You don't do that. That's how you die.
So you die. Alright, let's get into it.
At first, I got a bit spooked, but as the man came to me, I heaved a sigh of relief. It was none other than Patrick.
Looks like a vampire.
Patrick came and stood in front of me. His face seemed very different this time. There were dark circles around his eyes. He looked sick to me. I said in a surprising voice, "Patrick, what happened to you? Are you all right?" Patrick smiled in a fake way and said, I am sorry I couldn't get back to you. I was, down with a fever." I said in a hesitant voice, "Why didn't you call me then? I would have come to see you." Patrick smiled again and said, "Can I walk you home?" I nodded my head and we started walking together. For the first few seconds, none of us talked. Suddenly, Patrick said, "Why don't you like me, Jenny?" I have always been nice to you. I said in a calm voice. I do like you, Patrick. It's just, I'm not looking for a relationship right now. Please try to understand. I think we will be better off friends. Patrick again became quiet. I had no intention to be rude to him, but the way he was behaving, I had to be straightforward. We were almost near my house. All this time, I didn't care much, but suddenly, a question came to mind. I never shared my gym address or schedule with Patrick. I stopped and asked him, how did you know where to find me? Patrick smiled and said, remember the cafe where we met last time? I said, yeah. Patrick replied, when you went to the washroom, I casually checked your phone. There I saw your weekly calendars and found out about this gym thing. I was...
Creepo alert. Creepo. Bro, you're not supposed to check your friend's phone like that. You know, if you think your girlfriend like cheating on you or something, then you can, give the phone a quick look, whatever.
But that's even her girlfriend.
That's
a best friend.
That's like just a friend, bro. You don't do that.
Plus, why does she have the password on that shit, yo?
Not smart. All right, let's go.
Stunned to see his audacity. Not only did he say all these creepy things in a calm voice, but also took pride in it. Finally, I lost my mind. I said in a loud voice, I never thought you were a creep, Patrick. You better stay the hell away from me. I walked away. I didn't bother to look back at Patrick. That night, I received many calls and texts from him, but chose to ignore him completely. A few more days went by. One morning, I was sitting on the house porch and drinking coffee when a delivery guy came. He handed me a big package and left. As I opened the package, my stomach dropped. My skin started to crawl. There was a jar filled with a thick reddish liquid. As I opened the lid of the jar, a salty, reeking smell filled my nose. I was feeling like throwing up at that moment. Suddenly, my phone rang, and it was Patrick. I picked up the phone with furious anger. What the hell is wrong with you? I screamed. Patrick laughed as if nothing happened, then said, don't worry, Jeannie. It's just pig's blood, not mine. I would be dead if I had to send that amount of blood to you. I was out of my mind. Is he trying to threaten me now? I said, listen, you freak, don't you dare try to threaten me. Cowards like you can only make fake threats, that's all. I disconnected the phone and blocked him from everywhere. That night, around 1 a.m., I received a call from my friend Tina. As I picked up, Tina said in a panicked voice, Jenny, do you know a guy named Patrick? I never shared about Patrick with any of my close friends. I almost got up in a rush and said, yes, I met him in Omegle. But how do you know about him? I never told anyone about him. Tina took a small pause and said, there's a video that has gone viral. People are now sharing it. It's a screen recording of a video call from an Omegle chat. I think you should look at it at once. I replied, but why? What happened? Tina cut the call, and within a few seconds, she sent me a video. As I opened the video, I saw it was indeed a screen recording of an Omegle video chat. Patrick was sitting on the other side of the screen. The man or woman who recorded this obviously had no idea what was going to happen next. In the next 2 to 3 minutes, Patrick talked normally. I could hear his voice clearly. Then he said suddenly, thank you for recording my message. I hope it reaches Jenny. Don't know what the other person said, but Patrick smiled. He then again said, Jenny, if you find this video, I want to prove to you how much you actually mean to me. This is why I'm going to commit suicide in love, Kimber. Oh my God. This guy is crazy. I never expected Patrick would go insane over such a small issue. He took a sharp knife and placed it on his neck. He then looked at the camera for one last time. His eyes were so vivid that it felt like he was looking right into my eyes. He then said in a spine-chilling, calm voice, I love you, and I am no coward, Jenny. In front of a live chat, Patrick sliced his own throat. Blood came gushing out of his cut throat. He started to choke on his own blood, making horrible sounds. The video went viral like wildfire. The cops had to intervene in this matter and called me to give a statement about this entire situation. They managed to trace our call logs and messages. The text made things very clear that I never gave any wrong signal to Patrick. It is not my fault that the poor guy took his life. My parents came from Florida and now stay with me. But no matter how much they console me saying it wasn't my fault, deep down inside, I still feel calling him cowardly that day triggered the suicidal tendencies in him. I can't sleep. I can't eat. I'm so scared to meet people. What do you think? Am I really the reason for Patrick's death?
Alright, so let's think about this.
She's fucking stupid.
Okay, well,
meeting up with someone on
first
Omegle?
problem, meeting up with someone from Omegle.
Give us her social media out. Didn't take her phone to the bathroom. Left it without a password. I has your friends' numbers. I has your parents' numbers, your address, your calendar, your browser history. No one wants to see my browser history.
There was so many issues with the last part. I had to kind of laugh because this man literally killed himself to get the girl.
For the fun of it.
To get the girl. But if you kill yourself, you don't get the girl. He killed himself to get the girl, but he didn't get the girl because he's dead.
Because he's dead.
I'm telling you, they were both really stupid. Alright, let's get to the next one. Let's get to the next one. A mysterious man is standing outside.
My name is Pascal. I'm 22 years old now, but this event happened 3 years ago when I was 19. It happened in the middle of the night when my parents were away for an important company meeting. The company was kind of far away from where we lived, so I stayed home by myself while they were gone. One time, while I was at home alone, I looked out the window randomly and froze. There was a tall man, almost dressed entirely in black. He was wearing a tuxedo and holding a kitchen knife. This guy was standing right outside of the door, looking at me. He wasn't laughing at all, and his head was twitching continuously. Sir, please get off our property. Otherwise, I'll call the police. I opened...
Dumb. Stupid.
You know.
You don't call. If there's a dude outside, you don't give away your position. Like, lock down the house, get armed, and go outside with the heater. You get the jump on the dude. Don't give him the jump. If you call out to him, he knows exactly where you are. So you want to turn off all the lights, grab the strap, and wait for him to come inside. No, hey. do like the Home Alone thing, where he sat at the door waiting for him.
Never seen Home Alone.
Never seen Home Alone?
Nope.
Hello.
I'm telling you,
hey, I'm calling the police. Come inside and come kill me. Basically what he's saying. Let's get back
like,
to this.
Don't do that. Like, do the thing from Home Alone. If you see a dude outside that's got a weapon that's trying to kill you, do the thing from Home Alone where turn off all the lights and wait till he comes inside and be like, hello.
We'll put out a clip. We'll put out a clip from Home Alone.
Hello.
Yeah, we'll play that clip because this man does not know what it is.
I'll watch it later tonight.
Hello.
I just did it.
In the window and told him. Then the man replied, "Oh, you can do that if you want, as long as you don't look away." Because of this strange attitude, I felt anxious. So I grabbed my cell phone and called the police. But when I looked out the window again, he was gone.
Because he looked away.
At that very
He said,
moment,
don't look away.
I heard footsteps coming from downstairs. I suddenly remembered that I forgot to lock my garden door, so it was still open. I thought I was gonna die at first, but then I pulled myself together. I got my bat and looked down the stairs, slowly, trying not to make a sound. There he was. He was just staring at me.
Creepy ass.
He didn't move, but said, "I told you not to look away." A few moments later, we heard sirens. The man still did not move. But then he suddenly changed his mind and walked over to me. I tried to swing my bat towards him, but I was so scared. I couldn't do anything except scream. The police broke down the door. One policeman tried to arrest him, and the other one tried to take the knife away from him, but the man resisted. He was strong. Even though he was outnumbered, they couldn't stop him. They threatened to shoot him in the foot, but he didn't care. Furthermore, he attacked the two policemen, and they tumbled down to the ground. I ran to one of the rooms and slammed the door shut, but he kicked in the door. When the door opened, I could see his face, and I will never, ever forget that moment. However, at that very moment, the police caught up to him and shot his foot. The guy started screaming in pain. Shortly after that, he managed to jump outside of a window and disappeared. The policeman chased after him, but...
Nah, there's something wrong with that story. How is he running off like that, yo? They just shot his foot.
They shot his foot. He jumped out of a second-story window.
Yo, I would get that if he jumps out, but
with
running off,
running with the shot through his foot, and how does he not fall on that landing, on his bad ankle, bro?
Ah, no, yo. There's something. He doesn't even know everything.
But unfortunately, they failed to arrest him. I never saw that guy again. I'm glad that I survived that incident, but I also feel nervous that he'll come to my house again. From that day on, I always made sure I locked all the doors and windows.
You should do that. What the fuck?
Legend.
That's not me.
That's not. Whatever.
I'm sharing this life experience of mine with the internet as a public service announcement to be careful on Craig.
Pause it, take it back,
Okay,
so we're back from...
Wait, we have to wait a couple minutes. We just got it. Alright, we're back, bitches.
Yeah, we're back, so, we're just gonna get right back into it, because we gotta...
Psycho Dude fans.
We just had to cut that whole part out, because, advertisements, whatever.
And find a new story and stuff.
So, yeah, true Craigslist horror story, narrated by Mr. Nightmare, okay? I'm telling you, God narrator, bro. He's really good. Alright, go.
I'm sharing this life experience of mine with the internet as a public service announcement to be careful on Craigslist or any similar websites. I happen to be browsing the for sale section of Craigslist trying to find a used laptop. One listing really got my attention, some Dell touchscreen laptop for $250. It looked like it was in good shape with very few minor cosmetic imperfections. I texted the owner, who introduced himself as Dave, and told me I could come pick it up that same night. He offered to meet halfway somewhere so that I wouldn't have to drive all the way out to his place. I live in the countryside, so he lived a solid 10 miles away, which would equate to a 20 to 25 minute drive. Since there aren't many notable places near either of us, we agreed to meet at a 7-Eleven parking lot. I got there at the agreed upon time, which was 10 p.m. sharp. I waited around for a few minutes, then I decided I was going to give him a call. But just as I took my phone out of my pocket to call him, his name came up on my phone. He was calling me. I picked up, skipping the hello, and just said, "Dave, what's going on?" There was a loud background noise on his end, maybe from his driving. There was an initial moment of silence before he started talking. He said he wouldn't be able to make it all the way to 7-Eleven because his car was making weird noises and he didn't want to go too far from home. So he pulled over to the side of the road off some side street. But when we say side streets out here, we don't mean side streets surrounded by buildings or houses. Side streets out here usually mean roads with no streetlights and surrounded by forest or farms.
That's fucking creepy.
Okay. Issue 1. If the dude tells you you can get it at 10 o'clock, say, nah, we can just meet up tomorrow, either in the morning or in the afternoon, like 12. Because, you got more light, more cars on the road. So, more bystanders in case something goes down. And if he says, nah, sorry, my car making weird noises at 10 o'clock, and you gotta stop on the side street, just say, oh, that's fine, just go home, we'll do this later.
I'm sorry, but a $250 laptop, touchscreen, that's not a good deal.
Yeah.
It's a good deal, but like this shit that I would be skeptical. Thank you about it. Oh, Shit.
He gave some bizarre description of where he was. There was no way I'd be able to find it ordinarily, so I had him send me his location through his phone. He really was just parked on the side of some side road somewhere. I really didn't know if I was comfortable going at this point. It seemed way too suspicious. I'd heard all about those Craigslist horror stories before, and this seemed like the cliche build-up to one. Against my better judgment, I started driving over to Dave's location anyway. About 5 minutes of driving later on some completely pitch-black road, I eventually saw the reflection of someone's taillights parked on the side of the road. So it had to be him. I pulled up behind the car on the grass next to a large cornfield but kept the car running. I turned my headlights off for a second, and it literally became blackness in every possible direction.
If you do something like this, keep your headlights on. Keep your headlights on, so you know if something goes down, somebody can identify your car.
And shut them over.
Keep your headlights on. If you do something like this, keep your headlights on, and make sure you bring a friend with you if you're going out at 10 o'clock like this to get some. So that you don't get jumped. No, in fact, just bring your whole squad. Because if somebody want to jump you, you going to want to get them good. So, do something like this. Bring your whole squad and leave your headlights on.
10 o'clock at night.
So I turned the headlights back on. Weird though, I didn't see any light from his car. Not even the light from a phone. I called him again. He picked up on the first ring and said he had to run into the crops to take a quick piss. And to just get into his car so that when he gets back, he could quickly show me his laptop.
Fuck no.
If they tell you to get in the car, leave. Just leave.
Nah,
he hung up before I could even.
Hold on, I would have been like, oh yeah, you want me to get in your car? Yeah, no, you got me fucked up, motherfucker. No, I don't want this laptop anymore. You just get, creepy ass rapist. Love you. Bye.
Okay, whatever. We're not even gonna question it. Just don't even worry about it.
Get my response in. This was too weird for me. I really didn't know what to do. I guess I figured I'd step out of the car and just wait behind the door for this Dave person to come out. He said he went into the crops, so I kept my eyes on the right side of the road by the crops. What a strange place to have any kind of exchange other than a drug deal. It didn't seem right at all. I stood right by my car door for the longest time, easily 2 or 3 minutes. There was no way he was peeing for that long. It was starting to seem like it was time to go. I'd give him another 30 seconds, I figured. In the final moments of my waning patience standing there, I thought I heard brushing around coming from the crops. I kept doing double takes from one side of the crops to the other. "Dave?" I yelled. The brushing sounds in the crops faded away, but a crackling leaf or two from behind my car made me turn to see someone sneaking up on me from behind my car. Exactly what I feared would happen, but that didn't make it any less horrific as I jumped into my car and floored it before the door was even fully shut. I literally loved myself for thinking to leave the car running. If I had turned it off, I may not have escaped in time. Deep down, I kinda knew the situation was far too suspicious to be real. But really, do any of us ever expect things like this to happen? These things are only supposed to happen in horror movies. You're not actually supposed to experience them for yourself. I guess it just remains a story to tell friends and family for years to come.
I think that should be it for today.
Yeah. So, what did we learn from this?
People are fucking stupid.
A, people are stupid. B, don't do this yourself. Okay, wait till it's daytime, not nighttime. And make sure you got friends with you so that if someone tries to jump you, you got the squad to back you up in case you can't defeat the guy on your own.
Alright, well, it's Envy7.
Psycho Gaming.
And we're out.